Hey guys, welcome to our podcast, the Thought Bubble Podcast. I'm Melanie. This is our Halloween episode. Woo! Dressed as a casual Maleficent. I don't know which one of you guys want to introduce yourselves first.
Hi, my name is Emily. I am a unicorn fighting poachers because they want my gorgeous horn, but I won't let them. How about you? Who are you, Liz?
I'm Leanne. I just wanted to be a vampire because I didn't really have much Halloween stuff, so I was like, I'm just going to paint my fangs on and make some cool, creepy nails. So I got some pretty nails. And we got an interesting topic today. We're going to be talking about dreams,
nightmares, sleep paralysis.
All that good stuff that goes in your dreams when you're unconscious.
I don't know if you want me to start on my little mini thing.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I was at work one day.
Oh, shit.
And I don't know, my coworker loves watching like weird documentaries like I do.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, have you ever heard about body farms? I'm like, what are body farms?
Sounds terrible.
I'm like, you should look it up. It's just like people, like before they die, they want to send their body to science.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, she was telling me there's this famous place in the US where it's like, there's a waiting list of years after you die before your body could be donated to this like research center.
Oh.
So basically it's like different universities in the US. It's they do research on how the body decomposes like after death.
Yeah. Okay.
So they'll like put it in random places, like in the trunk of a car, like out in the woods, like anywhere, like on campus.
No.
So there's so many different ones. So I looked up. I was like, that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, you want to donate your body to science, but you still want to keep it intact. So it's just people, I don't know, they write that in their will, I guess, or they sign up on a website.
And they what? Put their bodies just like
so they get the corpse from the morgue and like they don't use it the whole time, like maybe a couple of years, and then they give whatever's left back to the family.
Oh man, I'm feeling
No, I do not want the leftovers of the
That's a fact.
I don't know. So
I guess to bury them after.
yeah, so I read this one article. This one university, they were like, which kind of plastic bag decomposes the body faster?
Oh,
So it's black plastic. Yeah, I don't know. It just helps.
I didn't know that was a thing for selling your body to science. I thought it was just like harvesting organs.
Yeah.
I thought it was just organs. I didn't know they used the whole thing to just.
You do it for research, and they do it for like police training.
Mm-hmm. What?
So the police, like, it helps them with like investigations. Like, let's say we found this body in like a tree. Like, can you like recreate that so we can? Like,
so they use the fake. They use
like
real bodies to do testing.
That's
scary.
They like train the dogs to find the body.
Okay, that makes sense. I think that's
dog.
that makes sense. Actually, I actually think that's very useful.
Yeah, but that would also fuck me up. Be like, hey, this is a person that just
Like that's a real
science.
human body.
Yeah.
And you're just using it as like a dummy. Do you think they tell like the people that are like the police officers that are training? Like,
I'm sure they know. Like,
imagine they did it. Imagine they didn't. They were just like, LOL, guys, this is a dummy. Don't worry about it.
adult or not?
That would be
it probably smells.
That's true.
Adult or they probably embalmed it, right?
I don't know.
They have to, or else it just smell really bad. They probably like put all the
If
perfumes
it's just
in there.
out in the elements, like anything could get it, like maggots, animals.
I'm thankful that my dreams are never that fucked. Like I don't like usually like for dreams I like basically construct the whole thing, but like in like a very organic way. So I'm just like I go to lay down, lay my head on my pillow. I'm like I want to dream about being a pop star, and then I started, and then my dream I'd be like I'm more like I'm blonde hair. I got green eyes. I'm like the dream bod that I always. Yeah. I just got like, and then I'll just create a narrative like, oh, I'm a pop star, but I know like I started some beef with this bitch, and now I created the thesis for the story. And my dream's like the opening statement. Yeah. So my dream's like, bet I got it, I got you, and then it does the rest for me until I knock out and then I wake up.
That's wild.
Yeah, but it's so fun. It's so fun because I'll be watching, like sometimes I'll dream, like let's say a family going through something, adopted a kid, and it'll get so sad that I'll wake up crying because I'll be like, oh my God, my poor family. Like I'll genuinely create like a real ass like story, and it's so like I don't know. Sometimes it's good because sometimes if I feel like I want to cry, but I have nothing to cry about, I'll just think of a sad dream, and then it'll help me cry, and then I'll feel better, and then I'll be done.
Yeah, but like the dead body farms isn't a dream. That shit was real.
That's real.
Oh, God. Like I can't imagine like having a dream of finding a dead body. Like that would fuck me up.
I mean, I told that to Brielle one time where because I saw her. It was crazy. No, she was in my room, just on my bed. I was on my computer. I turn around and she's like crying. I'm like, what happened? And she's like, no, I was just thinking of something sad. I'm like, oh my God, you did that like in front of me. I at least do that in like the comfort of like loneliness.
Comfortable in front of you.
And she's like, yeah, I just started crying. I'm like, you know what I think, Brielle? Every time that happens to me, I think my life is so good and so like fortunate that your brain is like, you're having it too good right now, and life isn't on my side to make you miserable. So I'm gonna make you think of something sad so you can cry. And she thought that was funny. I'm like, that's how I see it. Every time I think of like a terrible dream where people are dying, I'm like, it's just my brain saying you needed to cry this month. This month, you're smiling too much. You're happy too long.
You need to cry. You need to use your other emotions. Happy, tired.
Cry randomly. Like
yeah, and sometimes I'll accidentally cry, almost cry at work.
It happened to me once, and I was scared.
Really? Why were you scared?
So I was home alone. I was just watching YouTube. I'm pretty sure I was watching Jenna and Julian. And I was laughing so much. I was like, yeah, that was a great video. And I clicked to the next video and I just started crying. I'm like, why? Why is this happening?
What kind of cry? Like a tear?
Like just like full, like not like weeping, but it was just like just tears coming out. Yeah.
That's all.
I'm like, do I miss that? Like, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think
it's a memory. Sometimes I'm at work and I'll just be like blank stare. I'll think of something so tragic and then almost tears. I'm like, I'm at work. I'm customer service. They need to look at me.
I do that even on like drives. Like if we go to the beach and it's like a long drive, and I'm like daydreaming. I'm like having like a good daydream, and then sometimes it'll just turn sad because I'm so good at making good ass stories. So it'll just turn like tragic.
Imagination.
Yeah, it's my imagination running wild. And it's not like sometimes it's not even like sad like someone dying. It's more like sad like a family coming together and like something like so beautiful that it makes me cry. Like it can be anything, but I'll be like this, and I'll be like, fuck, my dad's gonna see me, ask me what's wrong. Yeah. I'm just daydreaming. Yeah, and it's like as if I'm like with my phone watching Netflix. It's the same shit, except I'm by myself looking out the window.
Nothing makes me sadder than thinking about like dogs like passing away or animals. Yeah. That makes me cry the quickest.
But why do you think about it?
Sometimes I just like miss Sparky or something, or I see things like on Instagram. Yeah, and it's about like their pets, and I'm like, oh my God, like they're gonna die. Those pets are gonna eventually die. Because I know I shouldn't think like that, but every time I see a beautiful dog or a cat, I'm like, you're so beautiful, I wish you could live forever, but I know you're gonna die, and that makes me so sad. Yeah. And but immediately, like nothing, if a person dies, nothing makes me cry quicker than an animal dying. Yeah. Even a horse. If I heard a horse, if I see someone, I don't care.
I'm attached.
Yes, a cow and a chicken, I'll cry over a chicken. I'll cry over a chicken.
You eat chicken feet.
I don't want to see it murder. I don't want to hear like or like the pig squeal or that would make me. I'd be like, I wouldn't eat that day. That part that day. Yeah, I would eat it for like the rest of the day, but like not that day.
All right. Well, you know how we dream. I narrate my dream. Well, what about you? Well, I don't narrate. Like it is like organic, but I started.
Try to set up.
Yeah. I set it up.
Okay.
What about you? How's your dreams like?
For me, it's just really random, but it's like simple. Like it's stuff that could actually happen in real life. So the one dream I remember this week, it was me in my backyard, like flash. No, what is it? Like the stars that like shooting stars. But it was like 10 shooting stars. I was like, oh my God, it's so much fun. Also, again, Jen and Julian were there. That's the only reason why I remember that dream. We were just watching shooting stars, all different constellations, and it was like my backyard, but slightly bigger, slightly warmer, and we were also playing board games. So it's like 3 different things happening all at once that could happen, but like not really.
Yeah, how wholesome though.
It's wholesome, but I mean, it's not like extravagant. It's just like basic. You're playing board games, you're watching stars.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How my dreams.
That's crazy. Happens to me.
But I mean, it's nice and simple.
Yeah, that's wholesome. I feel like I sleep good after that.
Well, you wake up after that.
I wake up good after that.
I guess. I mean, I have work.
I don't think I've had like a really chill, like normal dream like that in a while, just because I like thinking of extravagant, crazy stories.
It needs to be dramatic.
It has to be dramatic.
All my dreams are dramatic, except for the ones I don't plan. So, like, I'll have dreams that go based on my emotion, where, like, I want, like, something thrilling, or I want something romantic, or I want something sad. I want, like, a horror. Sometimes I don't think about anything. I knock out immediately, but right before I wake up, I'll have a dream.
Yeah.
And I had one yesterday. It was so weird. It was like us and Jordan going to a coffee shop.
Cute.
And the coffee shop had like 5 full couches in front of tables, like the chairs. And then we were like going up to these 2 blonde girls that were dancers from a hip hop video I watched a long time ago. I specifically remember them. And we were hanging out, and then all of a sudden we're in our house.
Okay.
And then one of the girls like, I want to go take a shower. And then when she goes to the shower, Freddie from iCarly's there. And he's like watching her, and she's like, "Why are you watching me?"
Okay, that's weird.
And then he's like, "We're all good here." And he's smoking
What does that mean?
And he's smoking a jewel, and I open the door, and I'm like, "Freddie, you smoke the jewel. You know that's not good for you."
What the heck?
That's the problem.
Not that she opened the door on the shower. No.
And then this was the weirdest part. And then the the girl that's taking the shower, the hip hop dancer, and Freddie from iCarly are texting each other
While he's watching her in the shower.
And she's trying to convince him that what he's doing is wrong by sending memes to each other of like memes of their situation happening. And I'm somehow seeing these memes. And eventually the girl won because she had like a roasting meme, ratioed him. It was great. And then it ended. And I was like, that was a weird fucking dream.
Yeah, it was weird. That was random. Like really random.
It is weird.
That was the type of dream where I knocked out when I went to sleep, but right when I wake. It's the dreams where right when I wake up where they're the weirdest.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how you guys can like set the plot for your dreams before you fall asleep.
Like it's like the last thing you think of. Like if I listen to a song, go to bed, I will wake up with that song in my head.
Okay.
Like that's like it's because it's the last thing I heard, and my brain's
Got
like,
it.
hey. You're thinking now, remember when you did that? So for me, I'll just start it by thinking of something, and eventually I'll drift off into sleep, and my dream will continue my train of thought. It'll just
Setting the tone.
Yeah, I basically said so. Like I had a dream. I told my sister, and she thought it was hilarious. I told Jordan too. Jordan thought it was stupid. Had Jordan
hilarious.
It was stupid. So I was asleep.
Okay.
I was asleep on my bed, knocked the hell out on my pillows. In my dream, I was asleep, and I heard Jordan bust through the door. He's like, "Hey, get up, ho!" I'm like, "What happened?" I'm like, "What?" I don't even remember turning to look at him. I just hear him go, "Hey, wake up! We gotta go. We gotta get ready. We gotta get dressed. I need some clothes." And I'm like, "You need clothes?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like I'm literally like not even like I'm like because I'm asleep. Like I'm tired. And I hear him rummage through my drawers. And I don't know how, but I know he grabbed a bra and started putting it on. Like struggled to put it on. He's like, "How the fuck do you put this stupid shit
On him. I put it on you. Like, okay.
I'm still like laying down. Like I'm still like just trying to sleep, figure out why he's trying to get. He's like, "I'm putting on this bra. Why is there so many straps?"
He going to battle.
Why? And I'm like, "Jordan, why? Why do you need this?" And then he goes for like a shirt, and I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "Now I need underwear." I'm like, "You're not in underwear?" And I don't remember being naked. I remember being fully clothed. But he was insisting that he needed underwear. So I immediately got up like, "No, don't look through my underwear. I'll get you on."
He spoiled it.
That's good. Like I was so confused.
This is your dream. I know.
I remember being like, the only thing that made me like upset was the fact that he was gonna go through my drawer, not the fact that he was asking me for one. I'm like, "No, I'll go through my underwear. I'll get it for you." So I got him like the boy shorts. I'm like, that's the closest one that matches the guy. So I gave him like these black new boy shorts. I just got it from Victoria's Secret. I remember just getting it. So I gave it to him. He's like, "Perfect." Puts it on. Puts on some. He finds sweatpants. He's like, "Perfect." So he puts on my fucking sweatpants, and he always be wearing sweatpants. So I made me mad that he picked sweatpants.
In your dream.
And I'm like, "Why are we getting dressed?" So then I start getting dressed. I don't know why I wasn't dressed. So I start getting dressed. I'm like, "Why are we getting dressed?" He's like, "It's the first day of school. We gotta look good." I'm like, "It's the first day of school and you grab sweatpants? What's going on?" Wait, I thought we gotta look good. Get dressed. We teleport to PC. This is PC. I'm high school. I'm still 22 years old.
Flashback. Okay.
I don't know how I was still 22 years old, but they were all kids. And I go to school. Jordan's in another fucking classroom walking around. And I meet with this bitch, and she's so mean to me. She's like, "Ugh, your outfit hideous." Like she's bullying me. Like,
You wearing sweats too?
I don't know what I was wearing. I just know I was dressed.
Well, maybe she had a point.
Listen,
I mean,
being me like, who the fuck do you think you are? And everyone going, what? Because I was like, who the fuck
That's
this
very
bitch?
PC.
Yeah, I was like, who? I don't care about this bitch. Like, if it was me from high school, I would have cared. But I was 22. I was already an adult. I didn't care. And I remember we were walking through the crowded hallways. You know how crowded those hallways were. And she looked at me and she did this. She did.
How sweaty those hallways.
Oh my god, those hallways were.
She was humid in there.
She was walking this way and I was walking this way, and she just went, and I went. Teacher was behind me. He was like, detention, come to my office. I'm like, excuse me? What? So then they're trying to explain to me how I'm in the wrong because I did that. But I'm like, this bitch has been bullying me. It's been like 2 weeks. I don't even know how it's been 2 weeks. How it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. She's been bullying me nonstop. I don't care about her. And then I schooled all of them because I was like, how are you going to justify her doing all this shit to me and then only call me out because I give her the middle finger?
That's schools.
Yeah, exactly.
They blame the victim.
Exactly. So then I schooled them all and I walked away and I woke up. But I remember being like, why did Jordan need to put on a bra if he was putting on a shirt on? Like, he was
Stupid dream. That's stupid.
I don't know why I dreamed of that.
She told me that when we were going to work, and it woke me up from like, being groggy from work. Yeah, because she talked as if she was Jordan perfectly. The perfect mannerisms, the vocabulary, everything.
Real. It felt like this situation. I literally remember getting up, giving him an underwear. Like, this might as well happen, you know.
No questions.
Like, no questions. That's why it was weird. Because when I woke up, I was like, that was weird, and I didn't act like it was weird. Why was it so weird? Why did he need a bra?
That's how casual it is.
It was so.
Your friend needs a bra. I'm like, it probably won't fit, but
Yeah, exactly. I was like, why does he need? Like, I remember telling him, like, fam, you don't need it. You're wearing a shirt. You don't got titties.
stretch out that bra.
Exactly. I'm like, you don't have titties. Why do you need a bra?
It was so hilarious.
So like my dreams were either like assisted in being scripted or just so off the wall, stupid, random,
Crazy.
that anything happens.
Go stupid, go crazy. It's just crazy. That's why I kind of like dreaming. I'm just like,
I always have fun. It feels free when I'm
I
dreaming.
feel very free.
That's why I always like sleeping. That's why I sleep in a lot because I like dreaming.
Like, I know it's a good dream when I remember. I know it's a wild dream.
It's hard to remember. Like, I'll try. Like, I'll wake up and be like, all right, this happened. I remember that dude in there. And then I'll get up, use the bathroom, and be like, what was I doing before this? I can't go back to sleep and dream about it again. I can't remember.
Oh, I love doing that. I love waking up. I was dreaming about something cool. I can go, if I remember it, I go back to bed. I can just click play and it'll start again.
Click play.
I like, exactly. Like, I woke up, I paused it, I got up, did whatever I had to do. Probably like my grandma was calling, I had to help her, went to lay down again. Click play, I can just keep dreaming. I love doing that. I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't forget. Because I'd be really mad when I'm like, what the fuck was I dreaming about? The plot was so good. God damn, no, what was it? I'd be so sad.
Sometimes when I'm dreaming, I immediately wake up like, I should write that down. I should write that
Why
down.
don't you?
I don't know, because every time I regret it. I'm like, sometimes.
What do you mean you regret it?
Regret not writing it? Because like I always think like, oh, it was so good. Like I could have made it work. I could have drafted.
Dream journal.
I know.
Yes.
I need
Just
to
get a little notebook, a little pen by your nightstand.
I know that won't work for me because I know the second I get the paper and the pen, I'm gonna be like, how do I write this down? No, it's like, I'm gonna blank because I'm gonna think, how do I write this down in a way that makes sense? Because it's a dream. It doesn't make sense.
So
I don't know. I feel like I would overthink trying to figure out how to write it down and then forget everything.
Yeah. But going off what you were saying before, sometimes if I wake up and I like the dream and I try to go back, I will sometimes be so self-aware that I'm going back to sleep that it's in the way of me pressing play to the I'm not lucid dreaming. I'm trying to get back into the dream, but I'm so aware that I'm awake that I can't get into it.
You can't go back to sleep.
I can't get back into the dream. It's not like I can close my eyes and feel sleepy, but my brain won't let me go back into the setting, to the story. Won't let it go. Yeah, then I gotta start something else.
they don't want you aware of it. That's fine.
Oh,
I gotta be unconscious.
I hate that. I hate it.
I love it. It's my favorite.
Especially when I really like it, I'm like, come on, stop being self-conscious. Just go back to sleep. It's okay.
What I do with that,
You're pressuring yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, you're thinking too much. I would, if I ever like get to the point where I'm like starting to lose it, I'll just throw in new ideas. I'm like, what if this happened? And then I'll start that. I'm like, I remember what happened. My dream will get it going for me. I'm like, you are so reliable, dream. I love you. And then I have scary dreams. And then I'm like, fuck you so much because I can't.
All right, so we're gonna have to take a little break, and we'll be back.
Back this again.
All right, we're back. So now we're gonna talk about nightmares, bad dreams, stress dreams, all that awful stuff.
Word. I don't have them. I made a contract with the devil. I don't get that shit.
Oh, okay.
You don't get that's a stupid contract. You out of all the things you ask
that,
Like, yeah, that's all I get.
That's all I get.
That's all I get.
he gets your soul.
And
No,
what does he get?
I have to do his toenails. You know, I gotta paint him up, make him look cute.
Not bad.
And you know that's that's a fair trade.
You know, the nail ladies could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he keeps. You know, he's the devil, but he keeps his shit
Wait,
clean.
but isn't the devil like half goat, so it's a hoof? No?
No, he can transform it. He can
Yeah,
do whatever
I'm
he
sure he
wants.
could
You know what?
Maybe if I make him mad, he'll make it a hoof.
I
And then,
mean-
you know, really, I gotta hammer that iron thing on there.
Wouldn't he have money to like go to the nail salon though?
The devil has money?
No.
I mean, I'm sure they got like nail
got
techs
money?
that went to hell.
I would be bitter as hell if I died and that motherfucker asked me in my afterlife.
What else are you gonna do?
I'd be like, fuck you. I'm bitter.
No, but think about it. Do you keep your skills when you go to hell?
I don't know.
That's a good fucking question.
Like, do you forget everything? You're just suffering. That's it.
No, there's no. I feel like that would be a part of torture for have you remember your past life and how it will never be back.
That could be a form. I mean, no one knows what hell's like.
Yeah,
There's so many different types.
Yeah.
Do you think
that'd be a good bad dream?
Do you think bad dreams are like a fraction of like what like torture, like psychological torture, like how like you have a bad dream and it fucks you up? Like how like it could be like imagine
life changing.
yeah, like imagine like hell is just like a bunch of really awful, like realistic bad dreams, and you can never wake up, and it's just like that whole like fucked up reality of I can't wake up. This is awful. This is reality. This bad dream is
I
reality.
would have no experience.
I feel like honestly, all this bad stuff that happens in your bad dream is because your life is pretty bad. Or you're thinking of bad stuff, or like the last thing you saw was pretty messed up.
Well, yeah, that's how dreams are. It's like you recycle whatever you did during the day. It just comes out in your dream. So if you like murdered someone during your day, like maybe that's what your dream will be, or you'll get murdered.
You'd
Like,
run
you
through a
don't know.
flower field.
You know, you don't know. Maybe you put them in that flower field.
I feel like my bad dreams are never like
Drastic.
I feel like they're never like realistic, like a murderer. It's always like fucking psychotic, like scary monsters and demons. It's never
disgusting. Dream.
yeah, like it's like the type of shit where like you feel hopeless because this is a higher power that you connect. Like if it's a murderer, I'll be scared, but I can feel like I feel safe in that I can logic my way and try to figure out a way to get myself safe. Where it's like a demon, I don't know the rules this motherfucker plays by.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Different rules.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like those people who can control their dreams are like lucid dream.
Lucid dream.
Oh my
I can lucid dream.
god. You can lucid dream.
My brother can lucid dream.
Your brother can-
Blue room.
Blue room can lucid
You can lucid dream? I didn't know that.
Okay, so it only happens like I talked to him about it when I was like writing up the episode.
Mhm.
I asked him, I was like, "Can you also lucid dream?" Because I told him I can only lucid dream if I feel like the dream is gonna go into like a nightmare or like a bad dream. I'll just be like, "This is a dream. Let's just wake up."
What do you mean? So when you're starting to feel like things are starting to get sus?
So like, let's say I'm in a dream, right? And I'm like, okay, if we go down like this dark road, we're gonna get murdered or something. So like, if I'm driving the car, I'll be like, wait, this is a dream. I would never be in this scenario ever. Obviously, I have common sense. Let's just wake up, and then I would just wake up and be like, wow. Guess.
Does that count as lucid dreaming though? You don't even experience the lucid dreaming part.
Oh, it's because you're aware that you're dreaming.
Yeah.
That's what lucid dream is.
Yeah.
And so Blue Room said he's the same way. Like if he knows he's gonna have a bad dream, like he's in the dream already, and he feels like it's gonna like take a wrong turn, he'll just wake up.
You know what? I do that sometimes actually. Now that you mention it, I feel like I do.
Being aware.
Because for me, if the dream's getting so real that it's scaring me, like genuinely,
yeah.
I'll wake myself up a little bit, and then like I'll feel like I'm dreaming right now. I need to get the fuck up, turn around so that my dream will restart and I won't be dreaming about the scary shit anymore. Because I also stop myself if it gets too much. Like, it depends. Like, if it's too much but it's interesting plot, I'll literally keep myself in there. I'm like, bitch, you better suffer through this dream because it's actually really interesting.
That's irrational.
It's like a good...
Because I like stories.
Yeah, like
that's why. I'm a sucker for good stories. So if my bad
story...
Bitch, no!
Why would you want that?
Because I'm watching it. I'm not reading.
It's like an RPG, like a live RPG. Oh no.
Yeah, that's why.
If it's like really interesting, I'm like, all right, I can roll with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of my dreams are so cryptic that like I can't wake myself up from it. It scares me awake, and then I have to contemplate my life.
Yeah, I usually get scared awake.
My dreams get so cryptic. I just don't even understand it.
Scary dreams. Like I had a scary dream, and I told my sister this. and she thought it was a sleep paralysis, but it wasn't. Well, was it? I don't know.
What you told me it wasn't, and if it was, we're going to church. I don't like that dream.
I have a lot. Like, all right, so
that don't sound right.
So here's one dream that I know was a dream because I know it was from a video game. It felt like real life because like in my bed.
Dream. Think of another one.
So could you move though?
No.
So then that's sleep paralysis.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't move,
yeah,
and your eyes are open and nothing's changed.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of hard because usually my dreams are never like if it's a bad dream, I'm never in the scenario. It's like someone I'm using.
Someone else.
It's like
a dummy.
Like someone representing me, but like whatever I want to look like. If I want to look like a fucking like 6 foot ass bitch, like I want to do that. Like it would be the person I'm representing. So that's why even when it's really scary, but it's interesting, I won't care. 'Cause I'm like, this is not really me. It's like this bitch. I feel bad for her because I feel for her because it's horrifying. But also, what is he gonna do next?
You detach yourself. It's not harming you. It's harming whatever you're representing as.
Yeah.
What about that bad dream? Talk about it.
The bad dream? There was one bad. Like I guess it's considered sleep paralysis, but we're gonna talk about sleep paralysis.
Talk about that other bad dream. That was
Which
horrific. The one where we all died.
Oh yeah. But
is it?
But you said that's considered sleep paralysis.
No, you said it was a dream. No.
Could you move in the dream?
No. Well, I think I chose not to because I was scared.
No, the one you told me. Just talk about it. Tell the dream. It was not sleep paralysis.
No, you weren't there. It was just me.
Cool.
I was sitting in my bed sleeping. So like my door's on this side, I'm right here, and I'm looking on this way. So the door's behind me.
Okay.
And I'm sleeping, and I hear my sister open the door, and go, "Hey, wake up." And I remember just thinking, like, I don't want to wake up. So I'm just going to ignore her and pretend I'm still asleep. So I keep sleeping. And then she goes, wait, hey, hurry up, wake up. But she doesn't touch me. She's just like, hurry up, wake up. And I'm like, I don't fuck this bitch. Why is she trying to wake me up so much? So I stay asleep out of stubbornness.
Do I know this dream?
I think I told you.
Okay.
I think I told you. And then out of nowhere, she goes, what's that? What is that? And all I hear is screeching, screaming, and something like mauling her to death. Like killing her. Like murder. I remember being so horrified with the sounds I was hearing that I froze and did not move. And then it went to silence because you were dead. And then it was just silence for like a good while. Like a silence where like I literally was crying in my sleep because I was so horrified. I let my sister die and I did nothing. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. And then my parents came. I was like, hey, Leanne, wake up. Come here. What happened to your sister? Oh my God. What happened?
Yeah.
What? Wake up. Turn around. Wake up. Oh my God. What happened to your sister? And I'm crying because I'm horrified because now my parents are seeing my sister's dead fucking body. I'm still turned around. I did not move. And then I started thinking, if this actually happened, they would shake me awake. There would be like motion. No one touched me. Nothing moved.
Oh, no.
They were just calling me. So in my mind, I was like, I didn't want it to be true so badly that I just was betting on the fact that it was fake. I didn't know it was fake. I was just like,
you were like half lucid dream.
Yeah, it was
you were like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, but also, is this real? Because it was so realistic to the point like I could, like it was all audible, it was all hearing and motion. So then after my parents, then they died and the thing mauled them to death, and then Duty and Brielle came, and now I'm like, this is sus. This is sus. No one has tried to physically get me up. And then Duty and Brielle, same thing happened to them. Murder on the beat. And I'm like, you know what? No. Fuck this shit. This is a demon, and it's trying to get me to turn around to like some Wendigo ass shit.
Oh yeah.
I ain't turn around. So,
it's like it's not a Wendigo.
What was it called? It's the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch thing. The Blair Witch is like, it wants you to look at them and then it kills you.
Yeah, it was more Blair Witch.
Okay. So it's like very Blair Witch style. And I'm like, I'm not turning around. Now I'm petty. Now I'm like, fuck this thing. I figured you out. I'm not turning around. I'm staying in place. I'm not moving. I think my eyes are open, but I don't know. And then I remember Duty and Brielle came and the same thing happened to them. And then I remember silence again. I'm like, okay, it's over. It's done. And then I felt my bed shaking, scream, like shaking, like as if like the demon. It was a demon, and it was pissed that it didn't get me. And I was like, yeah, bitch, you didn't get me. And then I woke up, but I remember feeling horrified, and I woke up in a sweat because it was scary. But I remember feeling so triumphant because I fucking won.
I couldn't sleep after that.
I won.
She told me that dream, and she told it to me as if it was sleep paralysis, and I got so nervous.
Well, I mean,
and I was like, no, that was sleep paralysis. No, it was a dream. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, if I felt my bed actually, well, I don't know, because in the dream it felt like my bed was like genuinely.
Did it feel like a long dream? like an hour?
I didn't have any concept of time. I just was so focused on the horrifying events that I remember waking up and being like, wow, oh my God, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Because I remember feeling my bed genuinely shake. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm sure my brain just looked up the file of motion, was like, we'll just put this one right here and make her believe it. Because that's what your brain does. It just recycles shit. It recycles not only what you see, but what you hear, what you feel, what you taste. Like, it does all that and it fucking mixes it up. That's why dreams are so scary. Dreams are scary because it just takes whatever and it makes you feel so real.
And it's been a while since I've had a bad dream. Like, actually, I don't remember any memorable bad dream. I don't remember. I remember one time, it was during high school.
Okay.
I remember I was sleeping in class because the class was bullshit.
I remember you told me this.
I probably did.
Understand.
It was basically a class that's like supposed to help you in like, it was more basically study hall. It was a useless class. And we were reading the same book I literally read last period. So I'm like, I don't need to read this again. I don't need to hear this again. He's not going to pick on me. There's a big guy in front of me. He can't see me. I'm going to just go lay on my head and just like shield against this guy so that he doesn't pick me. Yeah. And I went to sleep, like I slept on the desk, and I had a dream that I was like running down a dark alley and someone was chasing me. And it was like a black figure outline. I couldn't see it, but it kept chasing me, and I was running for so long. And I eventually it was a classic dream. I got to the end of the hallway and it got me, but it got me in a way that like it shook me. So when it got me, I woke up and screamed in class. In high school, in class. And they were reading quietly. It was a quiet setting. They were reading like blah blah. She went to the bedroom, then and I remember waking up. I scared the shit out of the kid in front of you. I did. I remember seeing everyone go doo, like that, and I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, and everyone was so silent and looked at me for like 30 seconds. Just like, what the fuck? And then everyone died of laughter. Like, even the teacher. He thought it was so funny. He just started crying of laughter. And they were like, what the heck? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Did you get in trouble?
No, I didn't get in trouble. Everyone thought it was so funny. They didn't care. It was the freaking teacher. He didn't care anyway. And they all just thought it was funny. They were like, what the heck were you dreaming about? What the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God, it was like a guy chasing me and it got me. And they just thought it was so funny, entertaining. And I was just like, it's probably that was the most eventful thing that happened that fucking whole day. I know that was what they talked about.
I would have been like, yeah, this
lunch period.
Yeah. Read in the middle of the classroom.
No, yeah, sometimes I have dreams where I literally will go like this and I'll like really up, like as if I was falling. I hate those dreams.
Those falling dreams.
I hate those falling dreams. They're the worst. They always make me like paranoid.
Get them like 4 times a year.
Really? I get them very often.
I don't get them that often.
I don't get them very often. I get them so often. But like, I wouldn't even be dreaming about anything. I'll just lay my head
about something.
Some
type of anxiety.
I don't know. Maybe it is. It might be anxiety.
Yeah, you have a lot of these dark, shadowy figures.
I have a lot of anxiety.
Why?
I do. Ever since high school. And that's the root of it.
That's when it starts.
It's because like the second you experience like sleep paralysis, that just triggers a whole bunch of fucking psychedelic, creepy ass things. Do you have other dreams?
I have like anxiety dreams. Mm-hmm. So this week, actually, it was kind of stupid, but like also anxiety. I had a dream someone broke into my house, but I was like home alone. I was in my room. I was talking on the phone with someone, so I didn't realize someone broke into my house. Like my door was already closed. I guess it was already locked because they didn't come into my room.
It was a hush situation.
So, I'm like doing the stupid thing when you talk on the phone. And you like, with the cord? With the cord? Yeah. It didn't have a cord. I was just like twirling my hair. I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, I just hear stuff like breaking and stuff. And because, my house is really creaky. Yeah. It's really creaky. I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? So, we have the app on their phone where you can see the cameras and stuff. So I just see like some dude like in my parents' room.
Oh God.
But it's not my parents' room. Like I know, like Dream Me knows that's my parents' room, but it's like an industrial kitchen plus like a bedroom plus like I don't know, like a fountain. Like
that's like a whole different house.
It was a whole different house. Like it was my house, but not my house. And so I just see this dude. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's like in my parents' room right now. Like, cause it was like live feed. Yeah. He's like just smashing things.
Oh God.
And I'm just like, I don't understand why.
Just like, what's wrong with you?
So like I'm on the phone. I was like, I gotta go. And I'm like, no, don't leave. Whatever. whatever. I'm like, no, this is a family emergency. They're like, oh, okay. And I just hang up, and I just like go walk slowly to like the corner of my room. I was like, it's gonna be quiet. It's gonna be dark in here. Just like hope they leave. And the people just left, and like I don't know where my family was. They came back home. They're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I'm like,
They
"Yeah."
knew
like,
what happened?
I get because you can see the camera. Like,
Oh, okay.
And
You didn't do anything? You just went to your room? And
I was already in my room. I was like, "All right, let me hope they don't come in here." And, like
Didn't even barricade the door, lock the door, nothing?
I was like, if they have not come in here yet, like they're not gonna come in here. So that's what happened. They were like, "Oh, we're glad you're okay." I'm like, "Yeah, but." They didn't take anything. They just broke stuff and just left.
That's the worst.
So that was just like anxiety. Like, it wasn't really scary. Like it could happen, but like I don't know. Why would you break into a house and not take anything?
That's just a psychopath.
Also, it wasn't even my house. It was like other like industrial ass kitchen in there. I don't know.
It was not even your house, but you knew.
But I knew it was my house.
It was your house. Cause your parents' room is like right next to yours. So that would have horrified me.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised you didn't do anything. Like I would have.
Like, did you turn off the lights?
It's like in my dream, it was like I maybe had one lamp on. Mm-hmm. So then like the rest of it was dark. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta go. Turn off the lamp, just slowly walk to the corner, just be quiet in the dark, don't say anything. Just wait till they leave.
That's so crazy. I would have at least hidden like a closet, like or went under my bed. Like
I can't fit under my bed.
Yeah, I would have made it work. I don't know. I would have made it work just because I was so scared.
Oh yeah, it's a dream.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like if I would have felt real danger, I'd probably have been like, just wake up.
Oh, yeah.
That's not real danger.
Yeah. But I think when I'm like stressed or like I feel like I'm not doing enough or anxiety, and I don't even notice when I'm feeling that way, but it probably just reflects in like dreams.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I don't realize when I'm super stressed or like being hard on myself, and that's when I start having really bad dreams about like I'll even have bad dreams about like our like just friends and us like having a really bad argument, and I'll just wake up crying because I would hate if that actually happened. Those are like the only like realistic type
dreams like that.
I had
like us arguing.
Like if I felt felt like misunderstood or felt like sad or felt like hard on myself or felt like satisfied with my ability to do like my schoolwork or just like where I am in life right now, I'll think of like I'll have dreams where I have really bad fights with friends and family, but it'll always result in like me being able to say exactly what I want to say, but ending everything. Yeah. Like, I'll wake up crying, but, like, I'll feel better because I'm crying, and crying makes me feel better.
It's really helpful because it's like you get to say what you want, and you get to do unlimited the redos.
Yeah.
You get to redo it. Like, I have those dreams, and I redo it every single time I think of a new point. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, wait, I need to redo this scene and re-say it this way.
It helps me figure out how exactly I want to say things or what I feel, because then it helps me prepare, like, all right, if this actually happened, how would I say this? If this happened and we have this bad of an argument, how the hell do I, manage it in a way that I don't ruin everything?
Most of the time when I have those dreams, I usually escalate them 5,000%.
Yes, me too.
So that they're like the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So, because I feel like I never can, like, be prepared for what's the worst. So, like, I dream about the worst case scenarios. Like somewhat, so somehow help me.
I never have bad dreams of like friends.
Really?
Never
like a friend involved or anything?
No, we'll just do stupid stuff in my dreams. Like we'll go to like a farm or like I don't know, we'll go camping.
Mm-hmm. I guess it's kind of like therapy.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah, I think it's therapeutic.
I think it's my imagination mostly, just trying to help me.
Or like I just want to continue talking about it, but I probably talked it to death already.
Yes.
So you want to just continue it, but like you can't do it with anyone, so you just do it with yourself.
Yeah.
But like you gotta go sleep sometimes. So you do it in your dream.
I think like dreams are just like really interesting because they really are connected to some part of your brain or something you've ever wanted to say. But that's why sleep paralysis is horrifying because that demonic shit isn't connected to anything. That shit connected to the demon himself down below, and that's it. That's where he's connected to.
I don't know what kind of demon showed up in your dream.
I just feel like the type of shit that happened. Yeah, I want him to go home. I want him to go home. He need to move out. He's not paying rent.
He not.
I hate it. I don't know. I think like let's talk about like sleep paralysis and like how fucking freaky they are. Have you? I know Melanie hasn't experienced it, but me and my sister have experienced it. My sister most of all. I get it thankfully only a little bit, but my sister all the fucking time.
So sleep paralysis. We can talk into sleep paralysis. Basically, we're gonna talk about what we know. Because I get them very frequently. I get them, especially when I was in high school, early college. I got them a lot. So sleep paralysis is basically right before you get into deep sleep. your body, when you're going to deep sleep, your body, your muscles, they loosen up. They're getting ready to relax.
REM sleep.
REM sleep, they get relaxed. They're like, cool, it's time to sleep time. But your mind becomes suddenly all of aware that your muscles are loosening and you're being relaxed, and you become over aware. And so your mind stays awake, but your body is like, all right, I'm done. I'm loosened up. I'm good. And so that's how sleep paralysis happens. That's why you can't move, because your brain's awake that you just went to sleep.
Yeah.
And then
It's overthinking.
Your
It's
brain's
like, bruh.
awake, body and dream.
Yeah. Body down.
And it makes sense, like, and we read about it, like, kind of like, that's why some people see shit. Like, they see demons or, like, something like that, where, like, you're so stressed out because, like, I remember the first time I had sleep paralysis. When I first had sleep paralysis, I think roughly sophomore year, maybe sophomore, junior year, I can't remember, but I know I was in religion class. And we just finished I just realized how ironic that was. We just finished like a test, and it was like, oh, the teacher was like, oh, if you finish, like, you can leave your head down and like relax. So I'm like, cool. I really don't feel like doing homework, and that test was stressful because it's basically history with religion, and that's why I hate it, because I can't remember shit.
It's too much.
It really is. It's really annoying. So I just laid my head down, and I was just relaxing. I wasn't really thinking about anything, and I kind of like just closed my eyes. I just, I could hear people like slightly talking, because that's what people do in high school in America. Even if people are taking a test, I heard the teacher being like, hey, you all gotta shut up, everyone's taking a test. And I remember, I think I stayed like that for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, all right, the bell's probably gonna ring soon, let me get up. And then I was like, why can't I move? Why can't I'm like sitting like this. No. And I'm like, why can't I move? And I'm like this, and I hear everything. Like, I'm aware of everything that's happening. I hear everything's happening in real time, but I can't move. And I remember thinking, what the heck is happening here? Why can't I move? Why can't I do anything? I'm like, and I'm having a panic attack, basically, almost borderline very bad panic attack, because I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I can't do anything. And I'm like, okay, I can't have a panic attack, because if I have a panic attack, I'm just gonna pass out, because I'm gonna be freaking out. So I'm like, okay. And because it was also stressing me out, like, what happens if the bell rings and I can't move still, and the teacher sees me and tries to move me, and I can't walk, and then they're gonna call the ambulance, and then a whole thing's gonna happen, and I'm gonna be stuck like this, and they're gonna have to remove me from the chair, take me in that stance, like I had
Oh, you made me freak so.
No, I did. I freaked out. I really did. Here, hold on. Let me take this off. Okay. Get out of here, Ken. I freaked myself out. I really did. That's why I was having a panic attack. So I'm like, okay, I need to logic my way out of this. Let me see if I can move just one part of my body. And I was like, okay, my big toe. Let me see if I can move it. And I start like wiggling my big toe, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I can feel it. And I like focus on that motion. I'm like, okay, just keep wiggling it until you can move your body. Just do something. And I wiggled it. And then suddenly I just shot up, and then the bell rang. It was like perfectly on time. I just kind of like, I kind of like
the fucking clock.
Literally raced for the clock. That's why I was stressed, and it was anxiety. So I was just like, and I kind of
yeah.
Made sure no one was looking at me, and I kind of just got up, a little traumatized, and got to the next class. And then throughout the entirety of high school, I would get it almost every single day, and I figured it out. And
wait, hold on, what?
Almost every single day, because I was so tired every morning, and I would sleep.
Why were you getting sleep paralysis?
Like, you get it during school?
Yes, during school. It's only during the morning classes when I was trying to sleep. So I didn't know what sleep paralysis was. No one has ever told me. I never watched documentaries on TV like that. I only ever watched cartoons. I never seen that thing ever happen.
Until recently, honestly.
It didn't become a trend.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it.
I only knew because my yellow room got sleep paralysis one day, and he was like a teenager, also in high school. He thought aliens were abducting him. That's a common thing. Like, instead of hallucinating like a demon, you hallucinate like aliens abducting you.
That's hilarious.
That's what he thought.
That's hilarious.
Like, oh,
That's really funny.
Jesus.
But it would happen almost every single day, and I basically like logicked and scienced my way. I did like experiments with myself. I would like record every single time I had sleep paralysis. I'm like, it happened only in the morning time, so like first, second, third period, and it would only happen if I wasn't sleeping on my bed.
Oh my God.
So if I was sleeping on a desk, I checked if I slept on the bus, it would happen. If I ever slept on an airplane, it would happen. It was anywhere that I wasn't comfortable, where I had like my neck was sleeping in an uncomfortable position.
Often though in high school.
Yeah, I was really tired, and because I probably like didn't sleep, probably didn't have a good sleep
You
schedule.
stood up, watched anime all fucking day. You know.
Yeah, honestly, or like I was studying, or I was just stressed, like because high school was just really hard because I wasn't a natural student. I had to really study to get good grades, and I was trying to get good grades out of high school.
I mean, we ended up having really.
And we did. We got straight A's, and it worked out. But I was exhausted, so I would have it literally almost every single day, and it was worse because I didn't see anything, but I would get paralyzed very often. Yeah. So I would be sleeping in like Spanish class, and it was crazy because it was so frequent to the point where I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah. So it would feel.
So why would you still go to sleep?
Because I was tired.
Just, no, keep yourself awake.
That's like that. That was the thing. I was so tired. I wasn't trying to sleep. I wasn't trying to.
You could have went to the vending machine, got yourself a Coca-Cola.
Like what? Every class, every day.
I
Like,
don't down it the first class.
No, especially since like my teacher would pick that up every single day, and they'd be like, "No, you go every single day."
Yeah.
So I would
not prepared before.
And I would
get like 3 Pepsis.
But damn, that's as if we had money. We're 16, we didn't have a job. Yeah, and like every time I did have money, I wanted to save it for lunchtime because I wanted the panini. That's $5.
Lunch or like sleep paralysis demon.
She was really content with it.
Yeah, I didn't have a demon or anything. It was just me. So basically, every time I would just like, I'll be like, all right, if I know if I put my head on the desk, I'm gonna get sleep paralysis. So I'd do like this, put my head on my hand, and I would feel myself going to like slow motion. And like, my weight and the gravity would drastically increase, and it was basically like the gravity increased 200%, and I was trying to pick my head up with like a gigantic boulder on my neck, and it was like me literally. I literally remember going like this, like pulling, like, and I felt like, oh my god, people are seeing me do this. So it was that.
What a freak!
Exactly. I felt like I was doing that so hard because that's how hard I needed to do to get up so I can wake myself, because it was especially they would call on me because they would see me sleeping. Yeah. So I'm like, I need to be ready when they call me so that I'm not asleep, and it would just stress me out even more because I'm like, they're gonna call me any second now. I need to get up.
So did you ever ask any of the kids around you, like?
No, I never told anyone.
She told me, and then I started getting at you.
Because I feel like if you told me like I'm gonna get sleep paralysis in this class, just like wake me up in the middle, like I would do that.
I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell you until like almost senior year. Yeah. Because I'm like, this is something. This is like, oh, this is just me. This is me. Yeah. This is me. Yeah. This is not anyone else. It was only until I got a job in my mom's job as like a front desk customer service, and my coworker was like talking about it. I'm like, oh my god, that's a thing. And then she's like, yeah. It's called sleep paralysis. It happens. She explained it. I'm like, oh my god. She explained it to me. I thought I was going crazy, and that's when I told her. Yeah. And that's when I told my parents. My parents thought I was fucking lying. They're like, that's not real.
They're like, you're sick. We're going to hospital.
So yeah, you might have a condition. If that happened to you so often.
But I think it only happened that often in high school. Once I got out of high school, it would happen in college, but less often.
It's because high school is a routine, so it made sense why it would happen, because high school.
I would do the same thing every day.
You have stress.
Yeah. And it would happen every single day, so that's why it happened almost every single day in high school. And in college and stuff, in like buses, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it was mostly buses. Like the first time I got sleep paralysis, it was when we were taking a trip. Me, my sister, and a friend were going to Boston, and that's like a 4 hour. That's like a 4 hour, bus trip. Yeah. And I remember I got it, and it was the worst possible time to get it because it was when I was so uncomfortable. I was basically sleeping because I was tired. It was early in the morning. I was basically like fucking this, like this. And I remember waking up like I would like to move because I'm in pain. I'm so fucking
Your neck is crazy.
Yeah, like I am in genuine, like it hurts. Like, when you
sore.
Yeah, I'm sore. And I remember they're trying to get up and I couldn't move. And I'm like, why the fuck can I not move?
You were just mad.
I was so
afraid.
No, I was like, what's happening? And then I started going to panic because I was like, when I was angry, I was just like, this is stupid. Why can't I move? And then I was like, I can move soon. And then I did it. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been like 10 minutes. Why can't and I was genuinely like, oh my God, I can't move. And I was trying to do that too, like trying to move any part of my body, just anything, any part, to see if I would move, and I could not move. And then I remembered my sister told me what this is, and then I got angry again. This is bullshit. I can't move because my brain is like, I'm awake, but my body doesn't stop. So I got so
petty that even because I was in pain, I was like, I need to move. That's why I was scared and panicking because I was in pain. I thought I was gonna die and my neck was gonna freaking fall off or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back to sleep. Whatever to
That's
this.
the right.
Whatever to this sleep paralysis.
Sleep.
I don't care. And I went back to sleep and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to sleep and hopefully when I wake back up again, I'll move. And it did. I woke back up and I was able to move. But it was such a crazy experience because when I was in sleep paralysis, I felt like my eyes were open. I was looking around with my eyes. I could see my friend, I could see my sister, I could see other people on the bus. But when I woke up like my eyes opened.
Yeah.
As if they were never like open. And it was so crazy. I was like, I felt like I was awake and it was just my brain just recapping whatever I've already saw. It wasn't like I was awake. And it was just so crazy.
Yeah, no, I can't. She told me she did that. I'm like, I can't go back to sleep. I need to make sure I can move again and wake up, get out of it, and then go back to sleep. Like every single time I tried to just go back to sleep, but I just became so aware of the gravity because the gravity would go up 200% and I would feel it.
You gotta do what Skylar does. Just stop breathing.
No,
Stop breathing.
I can't do that.
Skylar holds her breath until she like physically wakes up.
I can't remember that. I know she tells me every time, and I'm like, "You're so smart," but I can't remember to do that at the moment.
You put your body instead of like your body being in a dream. Now it's like in panic because you're not getting any air. So it's like, oh my god, just wake up.
I need to, and it's smart and it's logical, and I should do it. But every time I'm in the moment, I never think, "Let me hold my breath," because then knowing my dumbass, I'm like, if I hold my breath, I'm dead.
Yeah, me too. That's why I can't do it because I know my dumb ass will just kill myself. Like,
No, your body will tell you to just breathe.
I don't trust my body enough. The fact that my body's doing this to me right now, no trust in that bitch. I can't.
Systems in your body, like this breathing will take precedent over you dreaming.
There's different managers.
Yeah, exactly. There's a hierarchy. No, but I also read like if you're in sleep paralysis, try to just stay as relaxed as possible and then think of positive things so your mind doesn't hallucinate something scary.
Yeah.
Because you're only hallucinating the scary because you feel scared you can't move.
Yep.
Especially when you're just snowballing. Like I snowball, especially the first time.
Yeah. I remember the first time I had like a demon or like something scary happen to sleep paralysis. I knew it was sleep paralysis and it was fake because the monster was from a video game and I fucking remember the game. But it was a scary game. And it was scary. Like it felt, and I was like, it was me laying in my bed and on top of my closet there's like a little mini closet with a door and a slidey door. And I remember I was open. I opened my eyes like, oh, I'm comfortable on my bed. I'm so comfy. I'm looking around. Just like, I'm like comfy. I'm cuddly. And then I saw the door open slowly. And it was from Five Nights at Freddy's. It was called the character's called Baby, and it's a giant, nasty animatronic. And she was looking at me. And I remember going, oh my god! And it was so real. It was my room. It was like as if my eyes were open, but I could not move. I was just like stuck in place. And I could not move. But it felt so real, but I knew it wasn't real because it was from a freaking game. But it was because that's a scary game. It's about animatronics come and kill you. That's Five Nights at Freddy's 4. That's the whole premise. Very popular. But it was scary because it was like trying to come at me from the door. And I remember the door shaking, it coming out the door. It was so scary. But that was sleep paralysis because I woke up, opened my eyes, and nothing was happening, Like, it was so scary. So creepy.
Yeah, I didn't believe that you could see things until like a couple years ago. Because I started high school like sophomore year, and then I didn't start seeing shit until like maybe junior year of college. So whenever like every time I would hear that like, oh, I see demons, I would even look up YouTube videos and like just see it because I thought it was interesting. And I'm like,
YouTube videos of what?
Of people talking about their paralysis, sleep paralysis.
You looking at demons?
No, their their experiences, and I'll be like, I never see anything. It's literally just me not being able to move and just like gravity 5,000%. Like that's the only time. And I remember the first time I saw something.
Wait, but that's one of the things though. What? It's when you're in sleep paralysis, you feel like you're getting crushed, like something's on top of you pushing you down.
That is.
I hate that feeling.
That's why I would never go back to sleep like she did. Because that is what I would be feeling. I would be feeling a crushing weight on me, and I'm like, what
what the hell? I need to at least know that I can get rid of this before I can go back to sleep. If I just couldn't move, I would go back to sleep. But it's the fact that I felt like I was weighing down. I remember the first time I saw something. I saw her. I saw my sister.
And I remember I was sleeping in my room. It was the morning time. It was still a little dark in my room because I have like light canceling curtains. So like the only light I had was the light from the open door.
Yeah.
So in my room I used to have like a small like little couch that went on the side of my wall across my room. And I remember waking up on my side and I slowly got up, sat up, but my pillow was stuck to my face. And I remember I was seeing this in third person. So imagine like you're a video game where you're like the camera's following you as you get up,
looking
like
at
that.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm looking at myself as I get up, and then it goes from me looking at myself, and then I look at my couch, and I see my sister, and she's sitting there, kind of like legs apart, arms on her knees, kind of like hands together.
Oh, I know the evil villain stance.
She not like an evil, but just kind of like chilling, like looking at me like you were waiting.
Oh,
you were waiting. You're just kind of like waiting
for her to wake up. You were just staring.
And that would not be me. I would have hit you, took out your blanket, be like, "Bitch, wake up." That would be. And I remember, I just saw you just sitting there, like looking at me as if you were waiting. And I finished sitting up, and I was like, and you told me, "Did you find what you were looking for?"
Oh.
And I remember it went back to the third person, and I see me, and I'm like, and I'm in third person, but it's kind of like. As if I was, how in movies to show that you're drunk, they show like blurry. Yeah, blurry.
Okay.
I saw myself like that, and I was just like, can you help me get this pillow off my face?
That's the priority.
And I remember it goes back to my sister, and she goes, "It was in your pocket the whole time." And then I wake up. I wake up in the same position that I was in the sleep paralysis dream. And it was
right.
No, it's like laying on my side,
like
as if it restarted.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I remember waking up like that was crazy because when I woke up, it was the exact same setting except for my sister.
Yeah,
there.
she wasn't.
It was everything was the same. The messy clothes, all the garbage, all the garbage, the garbage cans, like all my messy clothes, like all the things in my room. Everything was the exact same thing except she wasn't there.
Yep.
And I remember going, "Oh my god, what the heck was that?"
Did you ever find the thing?
No, I didn't care. I was like, "What the heck was that?"
That's nasty.
I remember that. It was weird. I was like, "Oh my god, I saw something. Oh my god." And I remember the first time that happened, I'm like, I can't wait to tell my sister. This is gonna be great. And she was excited. I remember she told me, I remember she was like, "I saw you." I'm like, "You saw me? What do you mean you saw me? Why me? What did you saw a demon impersonating me?" I remember, I forgot to say what another bad dream that I had was. It was very short, but all I remember was that I was itchy in my bad dream, and I started scratching myself, and I woke up with scratches on my arm.
So you did that.
Yeah, but I remember I told my sister and Jordan, and they were like, "Yeah, no."
What do you mean no?
That's
You
gross.
did that.
That's disgusting.
That's just her reacting her dream.
But like the fact that you're in your dream and you're doing it in real life and you woke up with scratches all over.
She was itchy.
But that's gross. Like it wasn't like she was like, "Oh, I'm sleeping," like that. It was like she was dreaming about something gross and scratching her arm, and she scratched so much that her arm was red. That's gross. Yeah, no, I remember. And I remember Jordan and Miss like, "We're going to church.
That's some
We are not doing this." No, man.
I think that itchy thing, I think that's just normal.
Oh, that's
her
normal.
just reacting
How
to it.
they hated it. I thought it was,
No.
that's why I always get excited telling them because they hate it so much. They think it's creepy. I think it's funny to tell them. Every time my sister has a sleep paralysis dream, she's always like, "Hey, guess what?" Like she's never like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared." No, she's like, "Hey." But that's my comfort. That's how I cope with it because I'm like, all right.
And you gotta talk.
That was horrifying, but I know it's gonna freak them out, and then seeing them scared will make me laugh. Every time, especially Jordan. Jordan's a little bit.
Jordan
oh my god,
terrifying.
It's the greatest thing. I remember the second time I saw something happen, but let me talk about it. So this will be a ride.
Oh god.
This is like the first time I ever had like a actual like crazy spooky sleep paralysis dream where it wasn't something someone I knew. So it started as a dream and then it transitioned to sleep paralysis. That's why it was especially crazy for me. So let's begin this journey.
Nastiness.
Ugh, so my dream began in my basement, and in my basement it lives my
my niece and my aunt, or technically my cousin, they have like a downstairs house down there. Yeah, but half of the basement is the house, half of the basement is just like, it looks like a basement, has the boiler and the laundry room. Mm-hmm. And I was downstairs in the basement with my niece, and we were looking for snacks for something. I don't remember for what. I remember specifically cookies. And I remember my niece, she's like so scared. Like, she's like doing all the scared like movements, like shaking her hands and like moving fidgeting like a lot. And I'm like looking at her like, why are you scared? You literally live down here. Why are you acting like this is a haunted house? And I'm like, we're just here for snacks. Stop wilding out. And she's like, and she was like, no, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I'm like, you literally live here.
Kids know. Yeah, it's the foreshadowing.
And I'm like, just relax. I'm gonna get the cookies. And I found the cookies, and I'm like, all right, here, look, I got them. And then my niece like screams out of nowhere and goes, no! And she runs into her house. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? I got the snacks. So I follow her inside her house, her furnished house, and I go into her mother's room. And in her mother's room is a bunk bed, and she doesn't have a bunk bed. And it's a bunk bed for some. Yeah, it's a bunk bed, black frame, white mattress and sheets, blankets. Jesus. It's horizontal on the wall. Mm-hmm. Brielle is Brielle's in the blanket. That's my niece. She is like inside the blanket, like a little ball. She's on the very corner of the bunk bed against the wall. So she's kind of like leaning against the wall, shaking and making those little whimpering noise, like like that. And I'm like, come on, girl. It really ain't that deep. This is literally your house. I don't know why you're scared. And I go to her and I sit next to her and I kind of like put my hand on her back, like, it's okay. Like, I don't know why you're scared, but it's okay. And I look to the door and I see like a ghost, but the type of ghost that's like Scooby-Doo green ghost, like Danny Phantom green, that bright villain green ghost. And it's like a phantom. It starts with smoke. It kind of like falls in like fog and kind of grows. It was growing up as it got closer into the door frame. And I remember it kind of had like the essence of like a jack-o'-lantern head with like rags, but it was like really green and like fluorescent. And it started coming towards me, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is this? And I go, no. And I go more towards Beard. I'm like, oh my god, no, what the heck? And then we're suddenly in my room, and now I am sleeping on my bed, and I still feel my niece behind me. She's still wrapped up in that blanket, and I feel her vibrations. Like, I feel her shaking, like as if a real person is behind me shaking. And I look at underneath my TV, I look straight ahead, and underneath my TV, there is a mirror and my bureau. And there's a long... dresser, bureau, whatever. And it's a long, dark, black figure. And my room has, again, the light-canceling curtains, but my curtain is kind of cracked. So, like, a one shine of light is passing through this, dark creature. And so this dark creature, I can't really make out anything. It's so pitch black, it has no outlines. The only thing I could make up is like a hat, like a top hat, and like a side profile of what I could only looked like Abraham Lincoln. like if you've seen like any history book and you look at Abraham Lincoln, that's his nose structure. Profile. Perfect profile, had the essence of there should be a beard there. Yeah. There should be that crooked nose and everything. And it's holding a cane and it's kind of just standing in front of my mirror in a little bit with the light. And it's just standing there. And I'm basically, it feels like I'm awake. Mm-hmm. And this feels like I'm just right here.
So now it's sleep paralysis.
This is when it's sleep paralysis because I cannot move. Your eyes are open. My eyes are open. I can't move at all. I'm stuck underneath my blanket. I still feel Brielle shaking.
That's probably why it transitions to your room, because you started waking yourself up.
Yeah. Mm. And I guess that ghost scared me awake. Yeah. But my body wasn't ready. Yeah. So then it turned into sleep paralysis, a new whole thing. So then that dark figure starts walking or hovering. It was moving so smooth. It was moving. It was gliding towards me. And it was And in my head, I'm so horrified because I can't see its face. Yeah. I can only see like maybe if it had a mouth and like a beard and a nose, but it's still black. And in my head, I'm like, I know if I see these eyes, I'm gonna be scarred for life.
Oh no!
I know. I don't know. I don't see it, but I know it. I feel it in my bones. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. But I can't move my head. I can't shield myself in any other way. I have to look at this. And he comes to near my bedside, where my lamp is, my little table, and he kneels down, or he lowers to me. Thankfully, he is still like shrouded in darkness. I can't see his face still. And it starts like talking to me. And the voice was like similar to Morgan Freeman, but not as deep. And old speak, like old English speak is how he's talking, or it's talking, or whatever that thing is. Yeah. Maybe. I can't honestly.
It's just old English.
I don't.
Imagine if it was Latin, then that's how you knew it would have been a demon. If it was Latin,
I wouldn't have been able to tell if that was a language. So it starts talking, and I can't remember what it was saying, but this is the only thing I can remember. It puts its cane on top of me, so it's holding this cane, and it puts this cane on top of me, and I feel the weight of the cane. And I basically measure in my head of what I feel that weight is, that I can tell and I can smell it, that it's a metal cane. And it's put on my stomach. I felt the weight on it. And it told me, tell the little one to put her mouth on this.
Oh,
that was a pedophile. That was a fucking pedophile. And I remember I felt my niece, I felt Brielle shake even harder. And now she's peeing herself because I feel the water gliding down my back.
Oh, that's great.
Like I feel it. And I feel so bad for her because she's like, no. And I'm like, I don't move, but I say, no, don't bother her. I'll do it. And so I put and the fact that you were like, I'll just do it. Just like, no, you could have stopped that. No. But you were like, let me just do it. Sir. I had to work with that. I put my mouth on this cane, this metal cane, and when I put my mouth on it, I could taste that it was a rusted metal cane.
This is the weird part.
And it was rusted to the point where it was flaky, like really, really old rusted, and I could taste the rust and the flaky parts on my lips. And when he took the metal cane off, he slid it really slow off my stomach and let it plop to the ground. And I can still feel the flaky parts on my lips. And I'm thinking, and I'm in this, and I've just experienced this. And for some reason, I still can't move, but I somehow get to feel the texture of its hat. And it feels like a Party City fake, like, New Year's hat. Yeah. Like the New Year's one that goes like a...
That's just like crown hat. The fact that you know that little detail really takes away from the scare, because it's just like, he's wearing a Party City hat. It's a cheap-ass hat.
It's a straight black hat. It looks really expensive, but when I felt the texture, it wasn't. It was soft and weird. And I remember, I don't know why, in my head, I was like, I want this guy to leave, but I kept asking it questions. And I don't remember how I phrased it, but I relatively asked, how long have you been alive, or how long has it been since you were here, or relatively asked for, like, the year of its lifespan.
Yeah.
And it slowly got up and slowly glided to where it was in front of my mirror, in that little ray of light, went really, like, picture perfect back into that spot. And it said, I've been alive for over 4,000 years. And then my mom walked into the room and it went away. Like, almost like in, like, a movie where, like, the truck goes past the person, or, like, the horror thing, and it goes away.
No, when you suddenly open the door.
My mom walked, like, but it was there until my mom walked past it. Like, it was still there when my mom was there. And then I was awake. But my eyes didn't open. My eyes were already open.
Oh,
like,
God.
It's not like I went, like, closed eyes, open eyes. Yeah. It was still open.
Your body could move now.
It was literally just like, it was like if you're in a cutscene for a video game and now you can move. That's literally what it was. And I remember just like, my mom didn't say anything to me because she was putting something away and she left the room. And then I just sat there in silence, not moving. And I just thought to myself, I need to remember this. Let me replay that back.
Out of all that horrifying experience, you're like, I need to tell someone.
Literally, that's what I thought. I was like, if I don't remember this, I will regret it for the rest of my life. Because it was so detailed.
It was.
I remembered every single detail of that whole experience, and it never happened to me like that before. And I remember I told you and my niece that same day. And they hated it.
It's like, oh, God. Told Jordan. told Skylar, told everybody.
I told everybody.
And I was telling you. Yikes.
Like, how did you feel when I first told you that dream? That sleep paralysis dream. How did you feel?
I was more concerned. It's like that metal that you felt in your mouth. Like, why? When I was researching this, I never read that or like heard that where you could just taste in your mouth.
Oh, that's a good point. So tell us, like, so you researched this and you found out this is a thing that people have actually seen before.
I didn't know that you could see recurring things.
Yeah, so basically, she told me this dream. Disgusting, terrifying, but I remembered it. So I was listening to the Morbid podcast, and they were talking about sleep paralysis, and this guy's like a thing, this Abraham Lincoln shadow. It's just called the Hat Man. Because when people see him, he's wearing that cheap Party City hat for everybody. And this has been a thing, I guess, for centuries, 4,000 years, whatever.
I don't know.
So it's him, the Hat Man. He basically will just show up as a shadow, and he has his top hat, whatever. He'll like walk around your room. I mean, I don't think I've read that he's touched anyone, but what I've read is that don't look into his eyes. His eyes are just like straight, like yellow, like nasty.
That's crazy because you had the instinct, like if you saw his eyes, you would die.
You would just get like severely scarred.
Literally,
his eyes.
knowing that, I wish I didn't know. I wish you never told me that because I was just thinking I was just being dramatic. Now that you told me that, I'm like, what the heck?
You guys ever see this man in your house?
Like
Do
that,
not look into his eyes.
That's literally so horrifying.
Like, hold your breath.
Yeah,
because I knew it in my. I can't even fake it. Like I had a feeling.
You feel it in your body.
I knew that I was gonna be fucked if I saw its eyes.
Like that's crazy. Like when my sister told us that, we were like, that's just a crazy sleep paralysis dream.
Yeah.
But when Melanie told us that other people have seen it, that was like a whole nother level because that's like relatively like how come so many people have seen such a similar figure and it's done the similar thing because it didn't touch you, it put a cane on you, and it talked to you. I would love to see like everyone else's experience. Like, did anyone else get?
I'm sure it's out there.
Like, I want to know. Did he say anything to anyone else? Did you?
He's leaking.
I'm so mad.
Like maybe there's puzzle pieces.
I talked to him a lot. Like we were while he was walking to me, I was asking a bunch of things, but I can't remember it. Yeah. And that's why I was mad because when I woke up,
your mind does not want to remember.
God said, "Psych, we don't mute that."
I knew it. But that's the thing. When I woke up saying I need to remember this, I started trying to remember those parts, and I couldn't.
Oh no, he told you some holy shit. God said, "Psych, we can't have that. We cannot."
I'm so. That is literally so crazy. Like I can't. I don't like the fact that this happened to many people. I don't.
Yeah,
like
me
that.
too. When you told me that, I got
what makes me more mad is that people are like, because everyone knows if you give spirits like names and like tradition, that gives them power.
Yeah.
So why the heck are people doing this?
No, like according to the Conjuring, if you knew the demon's name, it weakened the demon.
I don't know. For me, it's more like
Conjuring 2.
Yeah, I know, but like that gave it power. But like you give it power too, like you bring it into reality.
Yeah, like give it
knowledge.
Yeah, like give like acknowledging
like
that
if everyone forgot about that that thing, it would never happen again. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, these people probably shit their pants when that happened.
They have to say something.
Imagine it's like 1700s and you're like Rebecca in your cottage. You're like
I'm a
oh
witch.
my god, you guys saw that man in this hat? And
I
like, what are
need
you
the
talking
Lord.
about? And then like the baker comes out and he's like, yeah, I saw that man too. Like,
yeah, and then they got burned at the stake because they thought they were witches.
Exactly.
I can't.
So,
I hate that.
There's the Hat Man, is what they call him. You got the old hag. She's another character that comes out during sleep paralysis.
What's that?
She basically just like this really old, ugly lady.
Oh.
I think she's wearing like rags and stuff. And she's that feeling you get like someone crushing your body.
Oh.
Like people say they see her like just sitting on top of them.
Oh.
And that's why you feel like that really heavy
heaviness. Maybe she was sitting
that.
on my head. I could never see her because it was daytime.
Yeah.
Oh, she was just pushing you down.
Maybe she didn't like school, but she wanted to give me the feeling.
The last one is they call it the shadow child.
Oh.
So it's basically like you're sleeping, you wake up at the edge of your bed. It's just like this shadow that forms into kind of like a little boy figure.
Ew.
And he might touch you. He might play with your hair.
Oh.
But he's not really scary. He's more just like curious, I guess.
Oh, that's kind of gross though. If I ever saw a
that's
child
gross.
in my room,
any child,
and I'm like, whoa, there's only one child in my house, and that is not you. Who the fuck are you? Oh. Like, no, see, like, that would freak me out. I couldn't. I'm glad, like, my sleep paralysis, like, yours really does on the edge of like demonic to dream, but mine usually stay at dream. Like I know it's fake. Like the only one was that one where like the bed was shaking, or it was like it felt.
That's why it scared me when you told me that, because you didn't tell me it was a dream at first, and I was like, if that's sleep paralysis, we need to do something.
I mean, I felt like I was like awake. Like I felt like I was like there. It felt real. I felt my bed move. So that was our, Halloween special. This was kind of fun. I hope we could do more dress up stuff. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. It was a good spooky little season, little episode. I mean, I think we stayed on theme to like spooky month.
Yeah, pretty sure. I'm glad we got to do something for October since COVID has kind of like kept us confined.
COVID Halloween.
Yep. I hope you enjoyed that dream, and I hope you don't see the hat.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't call it that. Don't give it pronouns.
Don't look at his eyes. Just hold your breath. Just don't breathe.